Okay, everybody says they want to help. What I'm going to ask you to do is go up to Joe Rogan's site here. It's Powerful JRE, and comment about this Richat structure, which is the Eye of the Sahara I've been talking about for years. Now listen to what he has to say. This is Jimmie Corsetti from Bright Insight. Nice guy, and he's looking into this, and I hope he really wants to know, because I've got a lot of information. I've been studying that area for 7 years.
To people who aren't aware, there's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Richat structure. It's also commonly referred to as the Eye of the Sahara. It is a site that most people have never seen or heard of before, which is truly peculiar because it's so spectacular. It's a site that astronauts typically use to reference from space. It is a geological feature that is said to be volcanic in nature, and what's so spectacular about this is that it just so happens to match more than a dozen striking similarities to what Plato had described as the lost ancient capital city of Atlantis.
I almost feel like we're not going to do your video justice by just talking about it, because the video is so good and you go into so many details. By the end of it, my jaw was dropped. I was like, holy shit. Like, from what you had the last time you were on the podcast to what you put out now, it's even more compelling. Like, way more compelling.
I appreciate you saying that, and I guess to anyone that wants to check it out, I have a YouTube channel called Bright Insight. It's right at the top of the page, and it says Lost Ancient Roman Map has Atlantis and Sahara, Africa. And that's kind of where it goes from there, is that there is a... Actually, let me just mention real quick. Like, you're a very inquisitive individual. You have many interesting people that come and chat with you. And when I had asked you last time, you said that until you had saw my video, you'd never seen or heard of the Richat structure.
Never heard of it, yeah.
Anytime I meet somebody new, or if I'm at some party, and be like, oh, what do you do? And we start chatting about YouTube. The first thing I do now is I show them a picture of the Richat. And I've never, not once, ever come across one single person that has seen or heard of it before, other than people who are familiar with what I've shared.
But
all right, I'm going to just stop it right there, because I've been talking about this for quite a long time, and I would love to engage with these guys, because I have, you know, go to his channel and look at what Jimmy has to say. But I would love to get in the middle of this and we could have a good discussion, because I have a lot of evidence to, as you know, I have things that very few people know about. Like he said, nobody even knows about the Richat structure, which is Eye of Sahara. Well, nobody knows about my giants that are DNA proven, that are actually giants. And I'm talking about giants. I think Joe Rogan would be very interested, and Jimmy seems to be very bright and interested as well. So please go up there to both of these sites, Joe Rogan and Jimmie Corsetti's Bright Insight, and ask him. Roger knows a little bit about this. Why don't you talk with him? Let him speak. That's what I'd like to do, is speak. That's all I'm asking. Everybody asks, they say, well, how can I help? That's how you can help. All right, I'm going to put a link to both of these videos, and please go to both of them and say, Mud Fossil University, talk to Roger Spur. He's got a lot of information about this, and you guys can discuss it. That's all. They're interested, I'm interested, you're interested. Let's all get interested together.